Here's the real reason your blog doesn't rank well on search engines. So you've spent all this time and you think you put in a good effort on your blog and it's nowhere to be seen. But isn't it if you build it, they will come? So why is nobody coming to visit your content?
Why? Tell me the truth.
Well, the most common reason I see is, well, actually, there's two that come to mind. One is that the topic is not compelling. I tell my copywriters the best way to optimize a piece of content is to not optimize it. The best way to SEO it is to not SEO it. So what do I mean by that?
What are you talking about?
Well, the problem is we get too focused on playing the game and trying to manipulate the results. So we end up writing for the sake of writing instead of writing for the real reason, which is solving a customer's problem. So when you focus on compelling content, a couple things happen. One is it aligns better with search queries. Are there people that are actually searching the thing that you're writing? A great example that I think about is we had a client one time in the real estate space, and they came over from another SEO agency, and the SEO agency said, hey, look at all these number ones, but nobody was coming to their blog. And the reason why is this topic we're talking about is intent. And so in the example of this real estate client, they had a number one ranking for how to get rid of bed bugs out of a rental home. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not too excited about renting a home with bed bugs when I'm in the market to buy a home.
Wretched, slummy bedbug!
So they're off target in a couple ways, right? And so intent is really the most important thing that we look at when we start building out a content calendar for our SEO clients. Now, the other reason, and I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of hate on this in the comments, is AI.
Artificial intelligence.
Now, it's not to say that AI isn't cool, and I get why it's sexy and why people want to use it, and use it for pretty much everything other than content output. But Damon, you're just not doing it right because you can create personas that align with your voice. Maybe, but at least as of the time of recording this, I have yet to see a piece of content that doesn't at least resonate with a small scent of AI, right? So we've all looked at these content pieces, whether it was way back in the day when they were content spinners and they were just mass produced at low quality. AI nowadays is largely just a more glorified content spinner. And a great way that I've kind of, this topic comes up a lot when I chat on podcasts and interviews. And a great way to summarize why I think AI misses the mark is AI doesn't know what it feels like to have its heart broken, right? AI doesn't know what it feels like, or the memory of when you walked into grandma's house when you were a kid and whatever it might have been, the smell of cookies on Christmas. And so all those unique stories are what we relate to as a human. And when customers relate to your compelling stories through the lens of a human, then they trust you more. And when they trust you more, they stay on the page longer, they read longer, and they're more compelled to take a call to action. And those are all things that Google pays attention to. If people come to their website and your blog is slightly off, then they stick less. And when they exit, Google pays attention to that exit rate. It's called the bounce rate. And that factors into how good or bad your website ranks. But then if they exit, they didn't convert either. And so Google will pay attention to the conversion rate. Now, if we look at your website versus your competitors, and one or the other has people that come to it and stick longer, they read longer, they scroll down the page longer, and they eventually purchase, then Google is going to go, that one is better than the competition because of all those characteristics. And so it's a lot of little things that really add up. And usually it boils down to two things why your blog isn't ranking well. Is one, is your content based around buyer intent? Does it actually solve a problem and bring in the audience that need the thing that you offer? And two, does the content solve a problem? And is it compelling enough and relatable that people trust it to trust you as the authority to solve the problem?